I traded for probably one of the craziest cursed dragons, so keep watching. New update, everybody. It's time to look alive, and you know what that means? New mutation. That's right. It's time to say goodbye to radioactive and hello to cursed mutation. I already know what I have planned today. I got a few things on my bucket list. 1, we're trait farming the tough Tucano, because the past few admin abuses, we couldn't trait farm it. 2, we're kissing the fuse machine. Goodbye, because it took a lot of my brain rots, but gave me crazy memories and aura. And 3, we're going to try and trade for a crazy cursed brain rot. First things first, turns out we still had one more fuse in our back pockets, so what's the best thing to do other than aura farming one last time? You guessed it. Getting a dragon gingerini. Anyways, whoa, look, new update, I guess. No, seriously though, this new spin looks freaking insane. Drop a like if you love the new mutation. I'm personally a fan. Of course, you know I had to try a few spins for the new gear, and you also know I didn't get it. Ah, yes, the duel machine. The hackers are going to love this one. I personally don't know how this thing would even work. What I do know, though, is I had an idea for a funny skit on how I imagined it would work. I don't know, 2,000 likes and I'll drop the video. The reason why I say hackers would love it is cause you and another party would agree on which brain rots to fight for. Once in the server, it's locked. Soon as you're in there, anything goes. Scripter wants to take your brain rot. It's all his. What are you going to do about it? Block him? Snap back to reality, buddy. It's not your server anymore. I don't know. If one of you has an idea of how it may work, comment it down. We aren't seeing anything new about it until next Saturday, so the possibilities are endless. I was loving this update already. Just witness this absolute beauty we are taking in right now. We knew exactly what the deal was. Trait farm this puppy. Just kidding, really not kidding, because we did trait farm it for a bit. But we were here to redeem ourselves on the tough toucan, and I'm not going to lie, I truly and genuinely believe the game is trying to nerf us. First of all, this thing came out gold. You. Second of all, walk the whole damn runway and not a single trait. You couldn't pay this thing to get hit by Taco or even Starfall, the easiest trait. And for the people who are going to comment, dude, why don't you just buy it and do rituals? Come here real quick. Why on earth would we waste our resources on 5 traits when we could easily stack this thing up with 5 runway traits and another 5 ritual traits on top of that? You guys aren't seeing the bigger picture here. You're seeing a tough toucan. I'm seeing 1 billion per second. And we were left with no choice but to go for it again. This is what happens when you don't give up, boys and girls. We got a base one, but with 2 traits, saving us the time and trouble. And this time, we let it walk again, allowing it to get 2 more traits on top of that, Taco and Nian. It was coming along perfectly, especially with Sammy running Skibidi trait again. God, we could smell the billion per second from here. And listen here. The reason why we're trait farming this thing is because if Sammy adds another fuse machine, we could throw this in for runway traits. Now, is that smart, or what? If anybody comments, you are a grown man, you will be banned. The Skibidi trait did not hit. Yeah, knowing our luck, why the hell would it hit? But anyways, we did manage to get fire on it, which is a very good plus. All we have to do now is survive these snaps and pray we catch whatever trait we can. We were aiming for a cursed mutation one, but I fumbled our chances on that. But you guys let me know, did you spawn any tough toucans? And if so, what mutation, how many traits, and how much per second? Also, is it just me, or does anyone else think Sammy was slowly deleting the tough toucans? Because not a lot of people were spawning them. I don't know. Me and my friends kind of thought that was the case, because how on earth were they going down that quick? Just didn't seem possible, but let me know in the comments. Admin abuse was over. It was time to start stacking this thing up. Not going to lie, I was multitasking a trade here while trait farming. Got somebody coming in trading their 2.5 billion rainbow dragon for my 2 base dragons and 2 Garamas. Just W after W, what can I say? Shout out to the big guy for pulling through. He was explaining why he was so laggy, and it turns out he's in the mountains while doing this trade. What a freaking boss. Thank you again for trading with me, brother. It was my pleasure, and I hope you keep your brain rot safe and never run into scammers. Anyways, back to the trait farm. We were up 6-7 traits, sitting at 700 million a second. Not bad at all. We still have Spider and Chicletera to do. We should easily touch 900 million to 1 billion a second. We're doing Spider now, and you guys already know the trick with this. Soon as the ritual is set in motion, start buying every brain rot on the runway and keep the one you want to get hit in the middle. The closer, the better. This is why you guys should never question me. I know exactly what I'm talking about. 806 million a second with just one more trait left. Let's get started. And the best way to get the Chicletera spray paint is this way. Like usual, you'll need one person to just keep buying everything off the runway, and the trait farmers must keep buying it back and forth right behind this Chicletera. Keeping the brain rot behind it alerts it in many ways. It lets it know that there aren't any brain rots in front of it, so it starts studying its surroundings. Once it realizes it has a brain rot behind it, you already know. It turns around and sprays our beautiful tough toucan, putting us at 936 million a second. Now, unfortunately, we did not hit 1 billion a second, but we were damn near there. I'll take this over all our failed attempts at trying to trait farm this thing. Anyways, what you're really here for is the trades I've done. I did 2 big trades. Let's get to it. I made a community post asking people to comment what brain rots they had and their usernames. And this guy said he had a 5 billion cursed dragon, so I instantly took the chance and got him in. This was a decision I will never regret. Shout out to this absolute prince for keeping it real and not being hard to deal with. I made him an offer. I gave him my Rainbow Dragon Gingerini with fire and sombrero, doing 5.7 billion a second, and I also let him choose a Garama. He chose the 925 million a second one, and I was okay with that. I couldn't believe he actually got it, especially with 3 traits. That is genuinely insane. Comment down below. If you love the cursed mutation on the dragons, I think this is the best looking so far. Shout out to this delicious prince once more for keeping it simple. I love you, brother. And for my second trade, I traded my 4.4 billion strawberry elephant. I know you guys are wondering why and what I traded it for. And to be quite honest with you, I just don't see the point of having 2 elephants. Just seems very obnoxious to collect a bunch of them. I'd rather just have a bunch of cool-looking rainbow dragons. So that's what I did. I traded the beloved 4.4 billion strawberry elephant for 4 dragons. One was a rainbow, doing 5.2 billion a second. Another was doing 5 billion a second.
Strawberry elephant.
The other one was doing 3.5 billion a second. And the last one was base. But it had Santa hat and Mateo hat, doing 2.1 billion a second, and I traded it to none other than Supra. Now, I don't want nobody commenting on if I lost or anything, because like I said, I don't trade for values. I trade for things that look pleasing to me. I don't look at brain rots and see dollar signs. I see brain rots. And if it looks fire, I'm with it. But anyways, I already had a very nice-looking strawberry elephant with 3 traits, doing 5.5 billion a second. So all I needed is to have my base more full with crazy brain rots. It was time to kiss her goodbye. Time to rate the new base, everybody. Let me know how we're looking down below in the comments. Is this aura or what? I feel like this looks much better than our base from before, with all the candy and yin-yang dragons. Even though that's the OG base, we must always get better. Had to keep the one-of-one pieces on the 3rd floor. Let me know what you guys honestly think about the new update. I personally like the new mutation. If anybody has some crazy cursed brain rots and you want to trade them, keep an eye out for my community posts asking to trade. Write your offer there with your username and we can definitely work some trade out. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.